Okay, is it visible for you all three?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's fine. No? Is it visible? Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, what we are going to do today is direct labor variance. Okay. So as I just to summarize what we did yesterday, I told you about direct labor. Now there are three variances in variance analysis. That one is direct material, one is direct labor, and the other one is variable overhead. And there's a sales variance as well. But mainly it's direct material, labor, and variable overhead. Because this is a huge bit, this is a significant part of the syllabus. That is why I'm spending more time with you, and I'll be doing lot of questions. Okay. So so basically, the next number is now there are. Can you remember? Can you remember? I told you in my first. Is it yesterday? Yesterday in my first I gave you a brief explanation on the variances. Now I said for direct material there are two variances. One is price variance and the other one is usage. So can you remember for direct material what the two variances were? Any idea? If you can remember? Chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you remember the two variances for direct labor? I gave a brief explanation, a very brief one. Can you remember?
Price variance and usage variance.
No, that is for direct material, Ashwita. I'm asking for direct labor.
Standard and natural.
Rate variance and efficiency.
Rate variance and efficiency, exactly. You went through my slides. Oh, is it from memory? Right, okay.
Went through the slides.
Went through the slide, okay, very good. So as you said, there are two variances. Okay? There are two variances. Rate variance is different now. This is the same as direct material. Okay? Now in the price in direct material, the price variance is equivalent to the rate variance. In price, you use the direct material price. In direct labor, you use the standard labor hour and the actual labor hour. Right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
And sorry, this is the usage variance. I mean, this should be efficiency. Okay, this is a small mistake here. This should be efficiency variance. So that should be the number of hours. That means the standard hours per unit. The standard hours based on standard hours for the actual unit plus the actual labor hours consumed. The difference. Same as direct material. It's only the difference in name. The price we use here for rate. Rate means the hourly rate, and in here usage in direct material, this is usage. This is we call efficiency. That is how much labor was consumed. Okay, is it clear? These two, same as direct material. Any questions regarding this? Chika?
No question.
No questions. Shraddha, fine?
Yes.
Okay. Noor, is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So in direct labor, now there are two variances, but there's another one as well. Okay, that is called idle time variance. Because you see, companies when they are manufacturing or when in the process, for the workers, they pay a salary or a hourly rate. But what happens is sometimes, say for example, there's a production breakdown. Okay, that means maybe say it's because of malfunctioning in the machine. Okay, so because of that they would not be able to work, right? But irrespective whether they work or not, they need to get paid because it's not the worker's fault. Okay, but in the company's in the company's point of view, that is actually a loss. Okay, That is because the workers are idle. They are not doing anything at that time. But it is not their fault. Okay. That is because of say for example, it's because of a machine breakdown, or maybe because of delay in supply. So that is called idle time variance. Okay, because the workers are being paid, but they are not doing any work. Okay, so this one now in rate variance and efficiency variance, they will always be a favorable and or an adverse. Okay, but in idle time, it will always be an adverse variance. Okay, because it is a loss to the company. Is it clear?
Could you take it again? You
Yeah.
said in rate variance there will always be
Idle time.
no, there was one you say favorable and
Yeah.
adverse.
Now it's like this. Check now in rate variance there can be there can be a favorable variance or a adverse variance. Like in direct materials, remember direct material, the price variance can be adverse or favorable, right?
Yes.
So same thing applies here for rate. It can be adverse or favorable. Because you see the standard, if you set a standard hourly rate, actual hourly rate we paid can either be, low or high, whatever. Understood?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Same for efficiency. Now here just ignore this usage variance. It should be efficiency variance. Okay. I forgot to change it. So here again it's a number of standard hours and the actual hours. Okay, so it can also be, the standard, the actual hours can either be low or high than the standard hours, right? So it can be favorable or adverse. But in idle time, what happens is, idle time, the workers are paid for no work done. Say for example, in a machine breakdown, okay, irrespective of whether the workers are working or not, the company will have to pay it, right?
Yes.
So that will be always an adverse variance because they are paying for no work done, right? So it will always be an adverse variance. Is it clear, Chetan?
It's clear.
Okay, clear. Sridhar, no, it's fine. Any questions regarding this?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, cool. So we'll move to a question and we'll do the question together, and then I'll give time to do it on your own. Okay. So this is our first question. Okay. Now here they say, okay, okay. I won't give you any limited time. Just read and tell me how the approach to it. Since this is the first question. What is my, now it's the same process, guys. Okay, don't get it, this is, the calculation and the methodology is same as what you did in direct material. Okay, the only difference, the only additional thing is you need to calculate in direct operation, you need to calculate the idle time, but that I'll tell you, it's the same process. Okay, tell me what will be the total variance for A. Tell me.
I'm calculating.
Yeah, calculating. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, it's okay. Take some time. It's fine. This is was first question. Okay, take some time. Shweta, did you get, were you managed to get at least one answer? Shweta?
Is the price variance 1,100?
Rate variance.
Yeah, yeah.
How much did you got?
1,200.
1,200.
100.
100. 1,100. Is it the price variance you're talking about, or is it the total?
Price variance.
Sorry, the rate variance.
Yeah, yeah, rate variance.
Okay, the rate variance is on that. I think you're talking about the total variance. That is 1,100. Checker, were you managed to calculate it?
I debated at some point. I got the first one. I got $460.
$460.
Yeah.
That is for which part? A, B, or C?
A.
Okay. That's no. Any? Were you able to calculate? Any part?
I did part B, and I got
Okay.
700.
700.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Now tell me. Now the first one is they are asking about the direct labor total variance. Okay. Now direct labor total variance is now you have produced 1,000 units, and the cost that will be the standard cost for 1,000 units and the difference, sorry, the difference between the actual cost and the standard cost for 1,000 units. So that is what they are asking for, direct labor total. Okay, now tell me, now I have produced 1,000 units, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for 1,000 units, how much should my labor cost be? For 1,000 units, my labor cost, how much should that be?
10,000.
10,000?
10,000, exactly. So, but how much did it cost? My actual cost, what is it?
8,900.
8,900. Okay. So, what is my direct labor total variance?
1,100.
1,100. Favorable or adverse?
Favorable.
Favorable, right? Because I have spent less than what's the standard or the budget, right? Check, is it clear?
It's clear.
Right. Okay. Now let's go to B. Okay, they are asking for the rate. Okay. So how many hours have I worked here? To produce 1,000 units, how many hours I have worked here? How many hours I have worked? Read the question. Read the question.
2,300 hours.
2,300, exactly. So for 2,300, what would be my standard cost? What is my standard cost per hour?
5.
5.
Yeah, 5. Okay. So for 2,300, what would be my standard cost?
11,500.
11,500. But what was my actual cost? What was my actual cost?
$3.86.
No. Check. I am asking the total. Actual cost.
8,900.
8,900, right, Checker?
Yes, 8,900.
It's given in the question. So
8,900.
yeah. So for 2,300 hours, my standard cost is 11,500, but it cost me 8,900. So what is my rate variance?
2,600.
2,600. Is it a favorable law or an adverse?
Favorable.
Favorable.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's go to the third. It's all clear for you all three, right? Any questions?
No.
That's fine.
Please, could you go back?
Sorry?
At 2,300 standard cost was going to be 8,900. That was where you lost me.
Okay. It's like this, Chaka. Now, I have worked 2,300 hours. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So, my standard cost per hour is how much? My standard,
8,900.
no, standard cost per hour, 1 hour. For how much?
$5.
$5. Okay. So, if for 2,300, what would be my standard cost?
That's 11.5.
11.5, right? That
Yes.
step you understand.
Yes.
But for 2,300, how much was my actual cost?
8,900.
8,900, right?
Okay. Yes, I got it.
You got the steps, right?
Yes.
Okay. Remember, if you say rate, there should be one thing constant. Okay? That means the rate should be constant. That means you should use, sorry, the what? If you take rate, the hours should be constant because you are using the rate, you're calculating the variance for 2,300 hours. We are calculating the rate variance. The rate variance in the sense of the hourly rate.
Yes.
Right? So, okay. Can you tell me can you calculate rate for C then? How much you got? Based on what I explained, just get the idea and tell me. Now, how many units I have produced here? Okay, take some time. It's fine. Take 1 or 2 minutes. Check. Did you arrive at any answer? Oh, I still calculating. Shredha? Noor? Okay guys, tell me, if now I have produced here, how many units? I have produced 1,000 units, right? So, if now tell me, for 1 unit, what is my standard, to make 1 unit, how much of labor hours I should use?
2.3.
No, my standard.
Oh,
To make 1 product X, how much of labor hours should I use?
2 hours.
2 hours, no? So, for 1,000 units, how much of labor hours should I use? As per standard.
Oh, oh.
How many?
Two-
For 1,000?
2,000.
2,000.
2,000 hours, right? So, but in actual terms, to make 1,000 units, how much hours did I spend?
2,300.
2,300. Okay. So, what is my variance? What is my efficiency? Yeah,
300 adverse.
300 adverse, right? Because I'm supposed to supposed to spend only 2,000 hours, but I have actually spent 2,300 hours. So I have spent 300 extra. So that is adverse.
Adverse.
So my efficiency variance in hours is 300 hours adverse. Okay. So what is my efficiency variance in dollar terms? You should multiply it by what?
5 or
Yes, 5. Because remember, guys, when you in variance analysis, everything should be multiplied by the standard rate. Okay, standard rate. So if it's direct material, the standard price. If it's required by the normal standard hourly rate. Okay. So what is my efficiency variance in in dollar terms?
1,500.
1,500. Right?
Yes.
Clear, Cheka?
I'm just getting here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, was it clear for you? My explanation. Okay. So here you go. Here's the answer. Any questions regarding this?
None.
No. No, you're fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Rosheda, fine?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a question, okay? I'll give you, hold on, now there are about 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, okay? Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes. See, I know it's a bit difficult, but just try to calculate. If you don't get it right, I'll explain it. So I'll give you 10 minutes. I'll come back in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, time is up. Okay, tell me for part A how the answer you got.
Hello?
Hello, yeah. So part A, what is the answer? Total variance, how much is it?
2,500 adverse.
2,500 adverse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2,500 adverse. Okay, let me see. So, yeah, okay. Everyone got that answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Note, you're fine?
Yeah.
Okay, Sai, were you able to calculate? Sai, were you able to calculate it?
No, I wasn't.
No, you weren't. Okay. Okay, what about direct labor?
2,100 at first.
2,100.
100 adverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, were you able to calculate the idle time?
No.
No. Okay.
500.
Yes, that's the correct answer. Yeah, that's the 500 is the correct answer. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go. What about part D? How much?
2,400.
Okay. Yeah. 80. Yeah. 400.
400 adverse.
Okay, let me see.
I wrote the two answers down. I calculated it with I got 420, 400, and I got 20 for favorable, then 400 adverse. Because I wasn't sure if I should subtract the idle time from the 3,080. So I calculated it both ways.
Okay, let me show you the answer. Okay, here you go. Let me take this out. Okay, so you all got the 2,500 right. This should be adverse, okay? Just ignore this. It should be adverse. Okay, so 2,500 is right. And 2,100 is also right. You all three got the same answer, right? 2,500, 2,100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, idle time is it adverse or favorable?
Adverse.
It's adverse.
It's adverse. Okay, now tell me here how many hours of idle time is there?
100.
100. So the idle time variance would be the idle time into what rate?
5.
What rate? 5. That is what? The standard hourly rate. Right?
Yeah.
So 100 into 5 is 500. So you should get the idle time variance would be an adverse 500. It's always adverse. Chika, you understood it?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone having difficulty in idle time? No reason. You are the one who told it's 500, is it? Or is it Shweta? Shweta, you're fine?
Yeah, I'm
How
fine.
about-
It was
Okay.
Noor who said 500.
Sorry?
Noor said the right answer.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, so direct labor efficiency, is it this answer you got? Anyone 100? No. Okay. Okay. Let's discuss it. I'm not going to explain 2,500 and 2,100 because all of you got.
I got the 100 for efficiency.
Ah, you got it right. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, but I'll explain it because I don't think Noor and Freda got it right, if I'm not mistaken. Is it?
I didn't
you
deduct
did-
the idle time.
You did just deduct idle time.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Now here is the same step. For 1,500, you multiply it by the standard, that is 3,000. Okay. Now here, they have worked 3,800 hours. Okay. Out of that, 100 hours is idle. So you need to deduct that idle time, because here you only consider the hours that the employees actually worked. Because if you're considering the idle time, you do not need to calculate an idle time variance, right?
Okay.
Is it clear? So that is how you are right. So other steps should be clear, if I'm not mistaken. Any difficulty on differences here? You deduct the idle time. So that is how you arrived at 100. Any questions regarding this?
At what point do we always have to deduct the idle times, or there is going to be some point that you wouldn't deduct the idle times?
No. If now it's like this, Chetana. If they are asking for efficiency, what efficiency is? What efficiency is the actual hours worked. Okay. So for efficiency variance, you need to deduct the idle time. Otherwise, the answer would be wrong.
Okay.
So just remember that. Remember that every time deduct the idle time from the hours worked. Right? Anybody? Any questions? Any questions regarding this?
Yeah. Total
Yeah.
variance is equal to rate variance plus efficiency variance. Yes.
It should be plus the idle time as well. Just add those things and see. 2,500 adverse, 2,100 adverse. That is 3,000, 4,600. How much you got? It should be
It should be 2,100 adverse plus 100 favorable plus the idle time.
Yeah, it should give you the total variance.
Okay.
Just check and see.
1 minute.
Yeah, let me calculate it and see as well.
Yeah, it's 2,500.
2,000. Yeah, it comes to 2,500 adverse, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that is how you arrive at the. If you get, I don't think you would get any answer. You would get, now for example in this, you can actually cross check your part A, because if you take the total of A, B, C, D, it should come to total A. Okay, so there is a cross check answer. But I don't think in exams you will get all four to calculate. I mean, you will be given a question I just gave you because this is because for you to practice. But in a real time exam, you would get only say maximum from a question 2 parts. Okay, maybe maybe B and C or B and D or C or D, whatever. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So so let me go to the second question. This one I want you to do it alone again. Okay, this one just giving you a hint. Read this question very, very carefully. Okay, you guys don't read the question carefully sometimes. Okay, okay, here you go. Okay, I'll give you, I'll give you 7 minutes. Okay, I want you to speed up. Okay, time up. Okay, tell me, oh, what is the labor rate variance? Anyone?
120 adverse.
120 adverse. Okay, Shweta, how much?
I couldn't calculate it.
You could calculate it, okay. Cheka, how much?
I couldn't calculate it.
You could, okay. This part should be pretty straightforward, guys. Side, were you able to?
It is a
You didn't, okay.
1,000 adverse.
6,000.
80,000.
Okay, okay, let's see. 80,000. Okay, let's see. So, guys, this should be very straightforward, okay? This part A is a bit easy. I know you will have complications in B and as well as in C, but the first part you should get it right. Okay, but let's see. Okay, now they say they have given the information and they have said that the clock hours are 280,000. Okay, so for 280,000, what would be my standard cost? For labor hours, 280,000. I have worked 280,000 hours. How much would be my standard cost? What is my standard rate per hour?
11.
11.
11. Yeah. So how much would that be? 280,000? That will give a big sum, I know. Guys, another thing. Okay, now in here there are most of figures are given in thousands. Okay. So you work the figures in thousand. I think I mentioned in my previous, I think one session or 2 sessions back. Wherever possible, work in thousand. Don't put 280,000 into 11. Don't do that. Just multiply 280 from 11. Okay. So how much would that give me?
3,80,000.
Yeah.
3.08 million.
If I tell you, yeah, 3.08 million. Okay. So, but how much did that? What is my actual direct labor cost? How much did I actually pay my workers?
320.
3.2 million.
320. Yeah.
Yeah, 3.2.
3.2 million. So, what is my labor rate variance? It should be the difference, right? How much? My actual cost of 3.2 million and 120 adverse, right? So that is my labor rate variance. Cheka, are you fine?
I'm with you, yeah.
You're fine, okay. Noor, Shweta, you're fine? Shweta and Noor, I think one out of 2, one of you got the correct answer, correct? So anyone having any difficulty in getting this? This should be very straightforward, guys. This is very simple calculation. You shouldn't go wrong in this. Okay, it's fine. 120,000 adverse. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I know you will find it a bit difficult in the B part. Okay. Now tell me, guys. Now efficiency is what? Efficiency is we are comparing our actual time that we worked with the standard rate and the actual rate. That is what we are actually looking at. That is what is, I mean, if we multiply our actual working hours into standard rate and our actual labor cost, the difference is called labor efficiency. Okay, now tell me here, now they have told me, okay, now tell me that I have worked here how much? Okay, now how many units I have produced? I have produced 120,000 units, right? 120,000 units. Okay, now for 120,000 units, how much of hours should I have actually, no, sorry, how much from by the standard, how much should I actually work with the standard given?
240,000.
240,000.
Okay.
Okay, but how many hours have I actually worked? Okay, before you answer that, tell me, do I now, yeah, that is where you got it wrong. Now if you take, now they have told here, attainable work hours are less than the clock hours. Okay, and so for 250,000 hours have been budgeted, right? So tell me, now they have budget 250,000 hours, remember. Okay, now they are planning to make 100,000. Okay, and they have given that they are going to for one unit, it's only two hours, right?
Yeah.
Clear? So to actually, now 2 hours means to actually make the product. Clear? So for 100,000 units, if I actually work 2 hours, how many hours should I have it work? How many hours should I work? This is the budgeted. How many hours? 100 into 2. How much?
200,000.
200,000. But we have actually budgeted 250,000. What do you think the difference would be? What do you think it would be?
Idle time.
Idle time. Yeah, it should be the idle time. Okay, now when you are considering efficiency, should you consider, now if I give this example, should you consider the clock hours or should you consider the clock hours or the time without idle time? The hours without idle time. What do you think for this question? So second part, B part, if we are to consider now for 120 hours, you will take from the standard, you will take 240 hours, right? So to calculate the efficiency, should you consider 280,000 hours or 280,000 hours minus idle time? What do you think? What do you just think? Just think. Think and tell me. What do you think? Checker, what do you think?
I have to subtract the idle time.
You have to subtract the idle time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because those idle time, because we are actually considering, now you can't compare apple with oranges, right? Now we are in here for the efficiency, we are told that it's 2 hours per unit. What they mean 2 hours is without idle time. This is on the from on I mean for 2 hours they are going to work. There's no idle time in between. It's a continuous process. Okay, that is what they're telling here. So to make 120 units, it would be 240,000 hours. This is without idle time. Okay, this is the normal work. They work continuously. Okay, so you can't now if the standard is without idle time, if we have to compare the actual, that will also have to be without idle time, right? You can't compare apple with oranges, right? You should compare apple with apple. So now tell me, how many? I mean, actually, how many hours have I worked without idle time? How many hours have I worked?
250.
250. No, that is the budget time.
Will it
Now
be
they have to.
30,000?
No. Now you have to make a calculation here. Now, what is my standard? Now they are saying that this company standard may 100,000 units. The standard is 2 hours. Okay, and so I'll be working for 200 hours, right? That is my budget. But I have budgeted 250,000 hours. That is with idle time. Okay. So, what would be my efficiency rate? What would be my efficiency rate? If I work now here, sorry, in percentage terms?
I'm not sure if I was correct. I got 1.4%.
1.4%. No, it's like I'm
14%.
14%. Okay. No, it's like this. Now, if I work 250 hours, my productive time would be 200 hours. Okay. Now, what would that be in percentage terms? What should I do? If I work for 200 now my 400 units, I'm going to spend 2 hours. Okay, so my productive time would be 200 hours, but I have budgeted 250 hours with idle time.
80%.
80%. That is my efficiency rate in percentage terms. Okay, but in this question, they have not given the actual idle time. Okay. Then what we'll have to do is we'll have to consider the budgeted idle time into the actual hours, clock hours. Now my efficiency rate is, everyone clear how 80% was right? 200 divided by 250. Just tell me, guys, if you have any questions, please speak up. Shreda, Noor, are you fine with how I arrived at the percentage, 80%?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here in this question they haven't given the actual idle time, right? But so we have to assume that idle time, so that efficiency rate is that efficiency rate to the actual clock hours. Okay. Now considering that now I have worked for 280 hours. Okay. So what is my productive time? I have
224,000.
224,000, 280,000 into 80%. Okay, so my productive time is 224. But for 120 units, my productive time should have been 240. 120,000 into 2 hours. Okay. So what would be my efficiency variance in hour terms?
16,000.
16,000. Yes. So, what would be my efficiency variance in dollar terms? I should multiply it by what?
11.
11. Yeah, that would give me how much?
176.
176. Is it an adverse or a favorable?
Favorable.
Favorable.
Favorable. Okay. Okay. Now, based on that, calculate the idle time variance. Now, I have explained it so far. So, you do a calculation and tell me what is the idle time variance. How much? It should be a very simple calculation. Okay. What is my idle time in hours? How much? How much? How much is my actual idle time? How much should it be?
56,000.
56?
56,000. Yes, correct. It's 280,000 into 20%. 20% is my idle time. So that should give you 50,000. And to arrive at the variance, I should multiply it by 11. Right? Understood?
Okay.
So that is how you do this calculation. Yeah, go on.
616.
Were you going to say something? Yeah, 615,000. So guys, remember here. Now in this question, they have not directly given you the idle time. Okay. So you need to make an assumption here that the budgeted efficiency is going to be applied to the clock hours. Because if not, how are you going to calculate part C? Because they are specifically asking for idle time variance. Okay. Now in here they haven't given you the actual data for idle time. So you need to make an assumption that the budgeted efficiency rate would remain the same. Right? So I'll give you the answer. So this is the answer. Look at the B part. Look at the B part. That's any questions? Any questions regarding this?
Can you explain how we got the 80%?
80%. Okay. Okay. It's like this. Now here, we have said Growler companies can make 100,000 units per period of product A. Okay.
Okay.
They are going to make the product A. We are going to make 100,000 units. Okay. For each unit of A, they should require 2 hours. 2 hours.
Okay.
Clear? That means to make the product A, we are going to spend 2 hours. When you say 2 hours, it should be, they are talking about, remember, when you are talking about standard cost, it should be the productive time, okay? There should be no idle time in that. Now this is the standard. Okay, each unit of A should require 2 hours to produce. 2 hours means 2 hours continuous, no breakdowns, no idle time in between.
Okay.
Okay. So to make one product of A, I'm going to need 2 hours. Right. So now tell me, if I'm to make 100,000 units, how many hours should I spend? Or how many hours should I need?
2.
No. That is for one product, no. I mean to make 100,000 units. How many hours should I require? For one A product, I will require 2 hours. To make 100,000 units, how many? How many hours?
200,000.
200,000. Okay. So just get these words right. Growler company is planning to make. Okay, that means budgeted. That means standard. Just they are talking about standards here. That is why I told you guys, read the question very carefully. Get what is actual and what is budgeted. Just try to distinguish the two. Global company is planning to make 100,000 units per period for product A. Each unit of A should require 2 hours to produce, with labor being paid at 11 per hour. Attainable work hours are less than the clock hours. Clock hours means the time. Okay, the time. Okay, so attainable work hours means the productive time is less than the clock hours. Now, say for example, they worked 100 hours, but they were actually working only for 80 hours, right? That is what they're telling here. Attainable work hours. That means the productive hours. Okay, so attainable work hours are less than the clock hours. That means if they work 100,000 hours, actually what they have worked is for 80 hours. The 2% is idle time. Okay. So 250 hours have been budgeted, right? So out of now I'm going to budget 250 hours for the period, but in that period I'm going to work only for 200 hours. Now got it?
Okay.
So my efficiency would be 80%. That is 200 divided by 250.
In the solution, it's given 200 divided by 280. That's why I got confused.
Sorry, sir. This is wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
It should be a small mistake of me. It should be 80%. Okay. That means Sorry. That's my mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So budgeted hours by clock hours.
Yeah. Because they are given here the clock hours. It's 280, but we don't know the idle time. They haven't given it in the actual data. Now say actual data for the period, they have given the unit cost for this. Guys, would you mind muting your mics? Yeah. So for 280 hours, they haven't given the idle time. So you will need to consider that the budgeted efficiency was achieved. So that is why we multiply 280,000 by 80%. Clear? Straight, are you clear? Straight, or no? I can't remember.
Yes. Is
it clear with you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. So let me give you a similar question. Okay. Let me give you a similar question. So give me 1 second. I'm searching for it. Okay, here you go. Okay, do this one. I'll give you 7 minutes. Okay. Okay, guys, time up. Okay, tell me for part A, what is the answer? Shreda, were you able to calculate? Anyone?
400.
400. Okay.
C.
C.
500.
Okay. Any more? Yeah, C. Right. Okay. Any more answers? I got A and C. Cheka? Cheka, were you able to calculate? Noor?
Yeah, I said C.
You said so. Okay, sorry. I thought it was Shreda. Shreda, you were able to calculate?
Yeah, 400 I got.
Yeah, I said 400. You said 400. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, this is simple. I don't know why you're getting it wrong. Okay, let's see. Now they are asking for labor rate. Okay, so so they're asking for labor rate. So labor rate is what? Labor rate is what? What is the definition of labor rate? Anyone? Shweta, what do you think? Labor rate variance, what is it?
Difference between standard cost and actual cost.
Standard cost and actual cost. Okay. That's based on what? Is it for my labor rate or is it for the hours? What do you think? Is it for my labor rate or is it for the hours? Direct labor, yeah. It should be for the direct labor hours. Okay, we are going to calculate the rate variance for the labor hours worked. Okay, that is, we are going to multiply our actual labor hours from the standard hours and our actual labor hours from the actual labor rate. That is what is called labor rate variance. You should know these definitions, okay? Okay, so tell me how many hours have I worked here? How many hours have I worked?
200.
Sorry. Okay, I got it wrong. Tell me here, for how many hours have I actually paid for the employees?
2,300.
2,300. Okay. Now here, when you consider labor rate variance, you should consider the actual hours that were paid for the employees or the workers, and we are going to see the difference between the standard rate and the actual rate. That is what labor variance is. Okay. When you say labor rate variance, it should be the difference between the standard rate and the actual rate. When you say efficiency, it should be the difference between the actual labor hours and the standard labor hours. Get the definitions right. That is, I think, why you are going wrong. Okay. Now tell me here, how many hours have I paid? For how many hours have I paid?
2,300.
How many hours have I paid here? Well, 2,300. Okay. So for 2,300, what should have been my standard cost?
16,100.
No, that is my, that is 7 is your standard rate. Okay. I mean, if you are to pay for 2,300 at the standard rate, how much?
16,100.
16,100. Okay. But how much have I actually paid?
18,600.
18,600. Now 18,600. So what is my rate variance?
2,500 adverse.
Total adverse. Got it? Shika, are you fine? 2,500 adverse? Shika, are you fine?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm at work. That's why.
Okay. Right. Do I need to explain it again? Or?
No worry.
No,
I
yeah.
will catch up from where you are.
All right. Okay, fine. So, is it fine? Noor and Shweta, you guys understood? Is it fine?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. So, okay. Okay, we'll go step by step. We'll go for B. Okay, now here labor efficiency rate is what? Sorry, labor efficiency variance is what? What is the definition of it? What is the definition?
Per unit, how many hours were used?
Per unit, how many hours are used?
Like
Unit.
on total, like how many hours were used as compared to the what was budgeted?
Yes, exactly. So, we are going to see the hour. I mean, if we based on the budget as well as the actual, right? So, how many units have I actually produced here?
260.
260. Okay, so for 260, based on my standard rate, how many hours should I have used? How many hours should I use based on a standard rate?
1,600.
2,600. All right. Yeah. That is, now here they have given that the standard labor cost per unit was $70. That is 10 hours at a rate of 7 per hour. So per unit it is 10 hours, right? So for 260 units it should be 2,600. That is 260 into 10. So that will give me 2,600 hours. But now remember here, 10 hours means productive time, okay? No idle time here. Remember that. So how many hours, what is my productive working hours? What is my productive working hours? Now there's a difference between the productive working hours and the hours paid, okay? What is my productive working hours here?
2,200.
2,200, right? That is my active hours. Oh, my productive hours. So now tell me, what is my efficiency variance in hours?
400.
400. And my efficiency variance in dollars would be
2,800.
2,800 adverse, is it? I have
No, 2,800. Yeah. Sorry.
okay, 2,600 is how much I should have used. No, but no, 2,600 is the hour I should have been used, but I've actually used 2,200. So is it adverse or favorable?
Favorable.
Favorable, right? Because I should, for 260 units I should have used 2,600 hours, but I have actually used 2,200. So it's a favorable efficiency, right? To arrive at the efficiency in dollars, you would need to multiply it by what?
7.
7. So that would give you how much? 2,800.
800.
Okay, and that should be a favorable. That is D. Okay. Now what is C?
Is it B?
Yeah, it is B. Is it straightforward? Is it? It's not it's not a difficult calculation, right? So what you do is you are paid for 2,300 hours, and you your productive hours are 2,200, the difference should be the idle time, and that into the standard rate. That is 100 into 7. That is 700. Okay, guys, clear? So this is the answer. Difficulties here. Guys, you should get the A and C part correct. Now, I know you may have some difficulty in B part, but that you can improve as you go along, as you do more questions. But A and C part should be very straightforward. You can't get that right. Why you are getting that right is you don't know the difference between the direct labor rate variance and the direct labor efficiency variance. Okay, so remember the definition. And one thing more is, say you get a similar question like this. Okay, now tell me, out of these three, what is the most easiest calculation here? Out of these three, what is the most easiest calculation? What do you think? Is it A, is it B, or is it C? What do you think?
C.
What do you think? Sorry? C.
C.
C, right? Because it's only 2 steps. You take the idle time and you multiply it by 700. So if you get a similar question by like this, I mean there's no hard and fast rule that you should answer A, then B, then C. You answer the easier ones and you then go to the difficult ones. Okay? So if you think you have a problem in B, you go to C, because that is very easy, and it's only 2 steps, and then you go to A, which is as easy as C. Okay, then if you want, now say you have 7.5 minutes now for calculations. I gave you 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes. Now tell me for C how many seconds would go. I mean you can calculate that in say maybe maximum 5 or 6 seconds. So even if you get the B part, if you are not sure about B part, you have about you spent about 5 seconds. So say let's say you spend 10 seconds on C. Okay, you spend 10 seconds on C and you spend another 10 seconds on A. Okay, so you spend 20 seconds on A and B. So out of those 7.5 minutes, you have got how many? You have close to 7 minutes to do part A. So that then you can think and do. Right? So there's no hard and fast rule saying that you should do A, then B, then C. What you do is you do the easy part and then you come back to the difficult part. Even when in the exam, now it should say 50 exams, now some areas you are very confident. Okay, you are very confident of it. So what you do is you do those questions first. Okay, you some questions you do not need to spend 2.5 minutes. You do those questions first. Then then you come back to the difficult ones. Right? Got it? Hello guys.
Yeah.
Okay guys. Any difficulties in this? I'll show you the question. I'll show you the answer for your information. Any difficulty in these questions?
No.
No, you're fine. So remember, when you're considering the efficiency, it should always be the active hours or the productive hours. Okay, if you are given a percentage or efficiency rate, as in the previous question, use it. Or if you are given here, you use only the active hours. So that is what you should keep in mind here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you another question. This is slightly different from what we did. Okay. Now previously we have been doing all questions in the same sequence. Okay, this is a bit different. Okay, so let me go to the question. Okay, let me go back. Okay, we did this one. Okay, do this one. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay, time up. Okay, now tell me. Okay, tell me what should be my first step here. Now I am to calculate the standard hours per unit. What are we given? We are given the number of units, the efficiency variance, the workers paid 8 per hour. That should be the actual. Sorry, that is the. Okay, we'll come back to that. And the total wages was 294. Okay, what should be my first step? What should be my first step?
Calculate the
What
hours.
should be my first step? What hours? Actual or standard?
The total hours.
Total hours.
Total hours, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actual.
Yeah. Actual. Okay. So, yeah, that is my first step, because here now we are given the efficiency variance. Now, how does the efficiency variance come? Efficiency variance come if we the difference between the actual hours into sorry, how much the unit into the standard hours minus the units into the actual hours. So that should give me the efficiency variance, right?
Yeah.
So now tell me here, what is my actual hours?
Standard hours
What
plus
is my
the
actual
variance.
hours here?
Is it 38,400?
Sorry?
Is it 38,400?
No, it can't be that much. Now it's saying here standard hours. Now are you telling about the whole answer? Standard hours per unit. To the 1,000 is it? Are you talking about the standard hours per unit, or is it the total you are talking about?
The total.
Sorry?
Are you talking about the total? You said how much? How much did it come to? You said? Okay, now tell me here. Okay, tell me how, the actual hours I have worked here. The actual hours I have worked. Tell me how many hours I have worked here. How many hours have I worked? How can I calculate that?
You take the wages per hour and divide that by the total. 36,850.
36,800. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Wait. Now read the last sentence. Read the last sentence. Workers were paid $8 per hour. Total wages were 294,800, and read the rest. What does that mean?
There was no variance.
There was no nil rate variance. That means what?
There was no variance between the
In
standard
other words, that is what?
hours and the actual rate.
Yes, exactly. That means no nil rate variance means my actual labor hour and my standard labor hour is going to be the same. Is it clear? This is how you catch. Everyone, is it clear for you? Shekha, Noor, Shreda, is it clear?
Yeah.
No nil rate variance means my standard and my actual labor hour paid per hour is the same, right? That is 8 $8 per hour, right? Okay, now tell me, now efficiency variance is based on the actual unit into the standard hours minus the actual hours, right? So now here, how many of hours have I actually worked? How many of hours have I actually worked? Now what is my total wages? What is my total wages cost? How much is it? How much is it? What is my total wages cost? 2,94800. Okay. Now, yeah, correct. So, what is my labor rate per hour? Actual. How much is it? 8. Okay. Now, how many hours have I worked?
36,850.
How many hours have I worked now? 36,850. Clear? 294,800 divided by 8. So that will give me my actual hours worked. Clear for you all? Shreda, note, fine? Just speak up if you don't understand, okay? Please. Okay? So now I have my actual labor hour, and now I have my efficiency variance in dollar terms. How can I make my efficiency variance in labor hours? Tell me. You remember in previous question you get the efficiency variance in the labor hours, then you multiply it by something and you arrive at the dollar terms. Remember that? Now in here, now I have my, now it's adverse labor efficiency variance. Okay. So tell me, what is my labor efficiency variance in hours? How much?
3,250.
3,250. How did I do that? My total adverse variance is 26,000, okay, which is given in the question, and my standard labor rate is 8 pounds, because you remember we said earlier the actual labor rate and the standard labor rate is equal because there is nil rate variance. So my standard labor rate also would be 8 pounds per hour, right? Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Shreda, Chika?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would give me a labor efficiency variance in hours of 3,250. That is adverse. Okay. And my actual hours worked is 36,850. Now tell me what is my standard hours for 4,800 units.
40,100.
No. Adverse is what? Adverse is I have used more labor hours than the standard. So my actual hours is 36,850. So that should be more than the standard hours, right?
33,600.
Yeah. Side, is it clear for you? Because I have my actual hours. I worked it out. It's 36,850, right? But this my adverse efficiency variance in hours is 3,250. That means I have actually used more labor hours than the standard. So that means I should minus my standard hours should be less, right? So I minus 36,850 sorry, I minus 3250 from 36850. So that should
How
give
did we
me
get 32850?
32850. Now here we are said, we are given, okay, I'll show you, okay, I'll show you the answer.
Is it 7
Okay, this is
hours
the
per
answer.
unit?
7 hours per unit, that's exactly correct. So here, Shreda, is it Shreda or no? Right, I couldn't see. Can you? Shreda. Sorry. Is it the first step? Is it fine? How you arrived at 36850? Is it fine?
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. So now here, Shreda, we are given. We are said the adverse labor variance efficiency variance of 26,000. This is in dollar terms. Okay.
Yeah.
Now remember, in my previous question, I said you should calculate the efficiency variance in the hours. Remember, in previous question we calculated. Then what did we do to arrive at the dollar figure? What did we do? We multiplied it by what? We multiplied it by what?
Standard rate.
Standard rate. Now here, what is my standard rate?
8.
What is my 8? So my adverse efficiency in hours is 26 divided by 8.
8. Okay.
So that is how you got 3250. Is it clear? Is it clear with you? So other steps are fine? Sorry? Yeah. So that is how you arrive it. So your standard hours would be 33,600. That you divide it by 4,800. Then your standard hours per unit would be 7. Clear?
Okay.
If you have any doubt, just speak up, okay? I'll explain it again if you want. Cheka, no?
I understood.
Understood. Cheka, you're fine?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, okay. Noor, you're fine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, what we'll do is, there are some small questions here. We'll do about 3 or 2, okay? So, let me see if I, yes, this one. Okay, you do this one. 2 minutes. Okay, what is the answer?
18,700.
It's B. Okay, I got B and D. Any more answers? Cheka?
18,700.
Okay, I got B, 2 Ds. Noor?
I said D as well.
Sorry?
I already said D.
I just said it. Okay, sorry, I can't recognize yours and Sridhar's voices. Very sorry for that. Okay, so, okay, let's see. So, here, okay, what should be my first step here? Now, always remember, guys, okay, when you are given an efficiency variance, okay, and you are asked for the standard hours actual hours or standard hours per unit or whatever, always try to get the efficiency variance in the unit terms. That means if it's labor efficiency, if they are given in dollar terms, convert it to the labor hours. Okay, that should be your first thinking here. When you see how many standard hours, or in the previous question you saw it's standard hours per unit. So what you have to do is, if you see that question and you are given the efficiency variance in dollar terms, always try to get that variance in hours. Tell me here now, what is my efficiency variance in hours? How much is it? How much is my efficiency variance in hours?
1,200.
1,200. Yes, that means my standard cost per hours is 6.5 and my variance is 7,800. So I divide 7,800 by 6.5. Okay, then I'll get 1,200. Now 1,200 is in an adverse or a favorable? 1,200, is it adverse or favorable?
Favorable?
Favorable. It should be favorable, right? Because now they have given the labor efficiency variance in dollar terms is favorable.
Yeah.
So ours should also be favorable. It can't be adverse. Apple with apple. Okay. So so that means my labor efficiency favorable 1,200 means my actual hours should be less than the standard hours, right? Or in other terms, my standard hours, my actual hours should be less than the standard. Am I right? You got it right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is my standard labor hours? What is my standard labor hours here? What is the only standard labor hours given here?
17,500.
17,500, right? Because they say during a period 17 labor hours worked at a standard cost of 6.5.
Actual labor hours.
No, they haven't mentioned it. No, they haven't mentioned it. Don't get confused now. Now they are
No, but
saying.
you're supposed to find the standard hours.
No, that is why they have given the variance side. That is why they have given the efficiency variance.
Okay.
Now here what they are talking about is the standard labor hours. Now see the first question, the first sentence, during a period 17,500 labor hours. Hold on. Okay, sorry. It's my fault. What 17,500 is the actual labor hours. Sorry, I got it wrong. Right, you are correct. Sorry. So what they are asking was the standard hours. Okay. So during a period of 17,500 labor hours, this is what is actually the actual labor hours. Sorry, I got myself wrong. The 17,500 is the actual. Okay, and they are asking for the standard hours. So if I work 1,700 actual hours and my labor efficiency in hours is 1,200 favorable, how can I arrive at my standard hours? What should I do? What should I do?
You add the efficiency hour, the
Yes. Yeah, you should add
Serious hours.
yes, you should add 17,500 plus 1,200. Okay, because my I have a favorable, that means my actual should be sorry, my standard should be more than the actual.
Yes.
In other terms, because my actual is 17,500 and my actual should be less than that, right? So it should be 1,700. Clear? Any difficulty in this? Okay? Checker, Noor, you're fine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys, there are some additional questions. Okay, I want you to do them. There are some 3 or 4 additional questions I have put you, but I'm not going to discuss them today. I'm going to do 1 or 2 just some theory questions. We'll try to do at least 1 or 1 2. Okay, so let me go to this one. So these are the additional questions. I have given the answers as well. So let me go to the second one. This should be the question. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, guys. Tell me the answer for this. What do you think?
A.
Sorry, D.
A.
A.
No, read the question again. Read the question again. Read the question again. What do you think?
D.
It can be more than 1.
It's A.
D.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. There are 3 answers here.
C also?
So is it everything but A?
Everything but A. Okay. And any more answers? So I said it's everything but A.
Even the baby agrees with us.
Sorry?
Even the baby agrees with us that everything but A.
Yeah, you agree with everything. Okay. Okay, tell me. What is idle time? Idle time is
Non-productive time.
non-productive time. Okay. So tell me, Checker, if you increase the wage, will the workers be unproductive?
It doesn't determine. Increase in wage does not determine if they'll be productive or not.
Yes. So do you think it will? It's a reason for idle time?
It doesn't. It's not.
It's not, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So you definitely know. Now this is how now say for example you don't know anything about it. Okay. Just use common
But
sense
that's
here.
what they're asking, right? We're just calling it not a reason.
Yes. Yes, I'm trying to explain the question. I'm just telling you how to tackle this question. Okay. Now just remember. Now they are asking which of the following is not. Remember always in questions. That is why I tell you read the question very carefully. In that trying pressure, you will not see the word not when you're under time when you're okay. This there will be lot of questions like this where okay. So wage rate increase. It would not result in idle time, right? Clear? Everyone agree? Anyone doesn't?
Yes.
Okay. What about machine breakdown? Will that result in a idle time?
No.
Why?
Yes.
It could be an idle time. It could be an idle time, but it's not predictable.
It's not predictable.
And there could be replacement for that particular machine.
Yes, check. But say I mean, to replace the machine, you will need some time. You will need some time. So
Yes.
what about that time? So will there be any idle time there? Will there be, now say for example the machine is broken down, but they have a backup machine, but you just can't, once the machine breaks up, you just can't get the machine from somewhere and straight away start. There should be a process of starting. Say maybe the engine needs to get heated, something like that. There is a time gap.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So will that result in idle time where the people are not working?
Yeah, you could say.
Yeah, you can say. So the machine breakdown can result in an idle time. What about the third one? Non-availability of material.
Idle time also, it could result.
It can result in idle time, right? Say for example, a supplier delays a material and it's very vital for the production. Then you can't work.
Yes.
Then the workers will have to wait till the supplier brings the product. So the workers will be idling. But during that hours you need to pay. Right? So B and C looks like they are correct.
Yeah.
What about the third one? What about the third one? What do you think?
The fourth one.
Yeah, fourth one. The part D, what do you think?
Yes.
It will result in idle time?
Yes.
All of you?
This is in consideration of factory workers. If someone hurts himself on the machine, he shut down the machine.
Yes. So you think it will result in idle time?
It will.
Yeah. Okay. So we got. I mean, it's very subjective. Okay. Now, say for example, you to injury worker. I mean, there's a possibility that that they may have backup staff.
Yeah.
Okay. So they may have backup staff as well. But say for example they don't have, then that could result in idle time. Say it's a key worker. Okay, it's a key worker. Then it will result in idle time. So it should be B and C is definitely right. B and C is definitely right. C seems right. Okay, so the answer should be B, C, and D. Okay, I'll give you the answer. Oh, sorry. A wage rate increase could result in an adverse direct labor rate variance. It is not necessarily a cause for the idle time variance. Therefore, reason A is not considered with the variance, and the correct answer is A. Option B, C, D could result in loss of active production time. Clear? I know this is a bit subjective. As I said earlier, when you get 50 questions, you are going to get 1 or 2 which you are going to be absolutely clueless. Okay? That's normal. So you will have to make a very fair judgment. Because D, it's sometimes very subjective. Because as I said earlier, illness or injury to a worker, if they have backup staff, they may replace it. So some of you would have said B, C, and some of you would have said B, C, and D, right? So in the exam there are questions like which is you are not very sure. So you will have to make a wise guess. Right? Okay, we'll do this one and we'll stop it. Okay, tell me. What do you think? What do you think? Shweta, what do you think? No?
C.
What do you think? C. No?
C. I said C.
What do you think? You also say C. Right? It's all on yours.
C. C.
Okay, C, yeah. The answer is C. Because you see, for a direct labor variance, I mean it's the usage or it's the hours. Employees were for lower skill level. I mean, if the employees are on a lower skill, it could result in a okay. I'll give you the answer here. So it's statement A1 is not considered with the favorable variance because employees with lower skills are likely to be work less efficiently, resulting in adverse. Okay, and better quality material, yeah, they could efficiently process it, so that can be favorable direct labor efficiency. And the third one, and improved working condition would definitely result in favorable efficiency. So the answer is C. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll stop it for tomorrow. As I said, there are some additional questions here. I suggest you time them, do them, and please, if you have any doubts, please ask me. I'll give you my email address here. I'll give you my email address. You okay? Where is my? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. I'll give you my email address. If you have any doubts, please email it to me. I'm going to give you my email address here. Okay. This is my email address. Please, if you have any doubts, please drop me a mail, or I mean, even during the class, you are free to ask any difficult areas. Okay, is it clear? So please do the questions. Please time the questions, and please do what the questions we covered. Please go through them again, so you will have a better understanding. And try the new questions. There are, as I said, there are some new questions there. Try to do them. Time them and do them. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Noor, Sridhar, are you fine? Here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, guys. And I'll see you there at the same time tomorrow then. Okay? Okay, you guys have a pleasant night. Good night. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, good night, sir.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.